Hi everyone, I am Jen Pike, your host of Simplicity TV, the place to be to discover more tips and inspirations for greater simplicity and ease in all that you do when it comes to living a healthy, vital, incredible life. This Q&A today is for all of you moms out there with little picky eaters. We all have them, we all know who they are. And it can make your already challenging day as a mom even harder trying to figure out what to feed everyone, the multiple mouths, and try to make sure that it's healthy and nutritious. So I'm gonna give you my top 5 tips as a mom of 2 that I found helpful for me and clients as well. Tip number 1, just don't buy the crap, okay? That would be honestly the easiest thing to start off with, which in the beginning might not feel easy. Don't buy the garbage. Don't buy the chips and the sweets and the crackers and all the things that you know when you go into the grocery store. They're like, Mommy, can I have? Mommy, can I have? You're not a bad mom if you say no. You are empowered and you're a kick-ass mom if you say no, because you're teaching them awesome values and lessons as they move forward. You can have the occasional treat. Definitely not where they can see it. Like, they shouldn't even know it exists in the house. Have it somewhere high, have it somewhere hidden away. So eliminate their addictions right out of the gates, and that will help, because the reason that they're picky sometimes is because, not because they wouldn't try something new, it's because they know that their good old addiction that they love is somewhere in the house, and that they'll get that if they just put up a big enough stink for it. So don't buy into the garbage stuff in the house. Number 2, be creative with your food. Now, it's not to say that every single meal you have to be using cookie cutters and creating dinosaur shapes out of stuff. My most favorite tip that was given to me that I've passed on to moms is using a muffin tray. So I used a muffin tray for a dozen muffins, and I did this especially when my daughter Emerson was around 2 to 3 years old and I had my infant son Sam, and I would fill up the muffin tray with a bunch of different things. So I would have veggies in some and fruit in some, there'd be chocolate chips in one or raisins in the other, there'd be maybe like some pretzel sticks in one, and I would just put a few different things in and I would just leave the tray out. And lo and behold, by the end of the day, Emerson would have gotten through the entire muffin tin tray. It was like her own little station of yummy goodies. And for a lot of kids, especially the younger ones, that's what they want. They want a pit stop. They don't want to sit and have larger meals. You know, they would love to just 10, 12 times a day find random bowls of food or muffin tins of food and come back and replenish. So that's tip number 2. Number 3 is you have to lead by example. You can't be mom and dad sitting there that don't like, your carrots or won't eat the broccoli, and you're picky and not having certain things, but you're telling them that because I said so, you need to eat this, this, and this. Make it a family affair and a family event. Lead by example. You too, mom and dad, you have to eat the healthy food. Tip number 4 would be this. Ask your family, what do you want to have this week? Create a meal plan. You need to plan out your successful week as a family for eating. Otherwise, you end up in the morning waking up and opening up the fridge, and because nothing's prepared right in front of you, you end up feeling like you have nothing that is available. So sit down as a family and give everyone the opportunity. Emerson, what is it you'd like to have this week? Perfect. We're going to have burritos on Tuesday night. Sam, what is it you'd like to have this week? You'd like to have omelets and homemade fries? Awesome. We're going to have that on Thursday. Chris, what would you like to have to eat? Whatever Chris wants to eat. And usually mom and dad will round out the rest of the week, and we do it that way. So then it feels like everyone gets their night of choice, and then it's just being courteous that if mommy and daddy and Sam enjoyed Emerson's meal that she chose and we had that for dinner, then Emerson's going to return that courtesy to Sam when it's his night of what he chose, and then everyone's going to give the same respect to mommy and have that meal that I chose and that daddy had. Yes, there's still going to be arguments. It's a given. They're children. It's kind of what they're put on earth for, is to challenge you. But try not to give in. The other thing that I would say in tip number 5 is just don't stress so much about it. If all they're eating right now is apples and pears, and those are the only types of fruits that they will consume, let them have the apples and the pears. Granted, don't let them eat them like they're going out of style, because they could develop a little food sensitivity, but don't stress they're having that. If they won't eat any fruits and vegetables, you need to look at some supplementation for your family. You need to look at whole foods products. If you can't get fruits and veggies in your kids, without a doubt, you have to get them on Juice Plus Chews. It just makes the most sense to me, because with those red and green chews, they're gonna get 17 non-GMO fruits and vegetables every single day into their body. They don't need to know they're getting fruits and vegetables in. Don't ruin it and shoot yourself in the foot right out of the gates and tell them it's fruits and veggies. They're gummies. Let them have the gummies. Make sure they get a good quality probiotic into their system. Make sure they get some healthy fat and vitamin D, and that's your baseline covered, and work over time on getting the rest in. The bonus tip is this for all of you out there: hydrate your little people. Make sure they're getting enough water, and at least 1 liter of water a day throughout the day steadily for their system. Oftentimes when they say that they're hungry and they start to put up a stink for the foods that they want versus the ones that you want them to consume, they're usually dehydrated and have some low blood sugar. So give them some water, get the fluid into their body, and begin today with some of these tips and suggestions to start to balance their systems out. From my healthy home and kitchen to yours, and from my oftentimes crazy healthy home and kitchen to yours, I wish you good luck with your little ones. Any extra questions that you have or comments, please leave them below, and feel free to visit us at jenpike.com.